I've been like going back and forth with this the last few days. I went with 5 because I think The Dark Knight is definitely one. Inception, The Prestige, Memento, and Batman Begins. I think those are 5 really classic films. I would have Interstellar right out of that list because I think there are parts where Interstellar is too long and it does miss just kind of that that sense of purpose near the latter end of the film. Obviously, a very good film. I still rewatch it at any point, but it just kind of missed the mark for me. To you, like looking back at his catalog, how many classic films would you say Nolan has?
Yes, I think I would probably go with I'll probably go with 3. I think as far as like that are critically and universally acclaimed, and you got The Dark Knight. Again, just storytelling, acting, everything about that film is perfect. There's just nothing about that film I do not like. Listen, we're just throwing up time here, right? Hearing Aaron Eckhart talk about the scene they filmed that him and Heath Ledger filmed in the hospital when Dent got blown to pieces, and the Joker comes in there. Like he said, there was nothing written for that scene. That was all just like Heath doing impromptu. His thing. Yeah, just impromptu, and and of course Aaron was just playing off of Heath and what he was doing as a Joker, right?
Yeah.
That was just the perfect storm of everything that could happen in a superhero film, and it will forever be the top. It will be the greatest thing that's ever been created when it comes to superhero genre. I don't see anything topping it. I mean, even listen, I love Endgame. I think Endgame is probably one of the most emotionally driven films I've ever seen, right? But there's just something about The Dark Knight and the way that it's shot, the maturity of it, everything just makes it a really special film. Inception is special, number one, because the cast is amazing. Leo, Tom Hardy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I mean, just keep stacking up this cast. And I will put that cast against almost any film that Nolan's done, right? And dealing with the elements of time, dealing with how big and expansive the world is in that movie, the espionage, like, flair of it. It's just a really fantastic film, right? And then let's see, third I'm going with The Prestige. And number one, because The Prestige holds a special place in my heart because it gripped me at a young age. I was 16 years old when I first watched it. And, I actually remember watching it, and so for those of you who are watching at home, I watched it on an iPod screen that was like that big. So, and literally, I'll never forget, again, another classic opening scene, right? Where the film opens up and you see all these top hats spread across the field, and then Michael Caine starts going to his whole thing where he's doing the disappearing bird trick, and then, all of a sudden you see Hugh Jackman drowning in a water tank. Like, what is going on here, man?
Jarring.
But again, I get just another fantastic cast, man. Bale, Jackman, Scarlett Johansson, Michael Caine. Shout out to Andy Serkis and his little montage in there. I mean, it's just that will always hold a special place for me. I think I don't know if you call it a cult classic, but I think it's just a classic Nolan film.
Yeah.
And like anybody I ever talked to who is a serious movie person, they're like, "Oh yeah, Inception." I'm sorry. I was like, "Oh yeah, The Prestige." Yeah, that's one.
That's one.